I can't believe I'm sitting in front of the camera again. This is a video I have been dying to make, wanting to make for so long, and I can't believe the day is finally here. As the title suggests, this is an update on my goals and hopes for 2019, and I will link my original video in post so that those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, can check that out either now or after you watch this. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you will probably already know what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I've never sort of officially said that it's happened. I've just more sort of used a hashtag here and there that alluded to the fact, or in some cases pretty much said it but didn't. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, early in January I shared a post on my goals for 2019, and there were a lot. And I broke them down into sort of different categories. But overall, there was one goal, or hope, I suppose is a better term for this one, that if it happened, I would be happy to sort of postpone the rest of the goals until another time. And you know, I've posted about sort of achieving those earlier, smaller goals in January and February, like I redecorated my office, things like that. But the big kahuna was I hoped and planned and strived to get pregnant. And we were utterly shocked, completely shocked that it happened almost immediately. In fact, yeah, I have been pregnant since January. I've basically been pregnant for all of the year. I've never officially said it because those of you who will know a little bit about my history will know that over the last 2 years, this will be my third pregnancy. We lost both our daughters essentially to prematurity. Our first daughter, Riley, she lived just a few minutes after she was born, and then Sophia lived for a month. Both obviously succumbing to, you know, their prematurity. That's caused by many fertility issues that I have, and an incompetent cervix and things like that. But I work with a fantastic set of doctors, not only my GP, but specialists in the hospital that I attend, the maternity hospital. And I'm now at a stage where today I am 24 weeks pregnant. As of Monday, when I went over 23 weeks and 3 days, I was the most pregnant I had ever been. Sophia was delivered at 23 and 3. This is from this one here. She wants to go outside and play, and I promised her after. See, she won't wear her top knot. She got groomed yesterday, and she refuses to leave her ponytail in today. So she's dying to get outside because it's a beautiful day. But yeah, I digress. 24 weeks today. I am so overjoyed, so shocked, so happy. Like, I essentially have been infertile all my life. We never ever expected to be able to conceive our own children. In fact, we were told it would never happen. And then through the miracle of just meeting amazing doctors by pure, like, happenstance, our world's changed 4 years ago. And for the last 2 years, we have essentially, you know, been able to conceive ourselves, which again we were told would never happen. So yeah, we are just delighted. The pregnancy has been very tough, not from a sort of a high risk point of view. From that point of view, it's gone really well. I just mean from a general pregnancy point of view. Unfortunately, pregnancy does not agree with me. I literally get every single symptom in the book. And so that's essentially where I have been. I have been in bed. I was in bed for pretty much for the first 16 weeks. I was so sick, so tired, so, I don't want to say emotional, but just not myself. I knew I wasn't myself. The last sort of 6 weeks, I have been slowly feeling so much better. To the point now, today is probably the first day I can honestly say that I really feel good. Possibly sort of that's a lot to do with like my mental feeling as well, like sort of my emotional and mental state, because obviously reaching 24 weeks, for those who don't know, is a massive achievement, because it means that your baby is viable. It means that they have a chance of surviving outside of the womb if they were to be delivered early. Obviously, I do not want this baby to be delivered for a very long time. Our goal is I will have a section because of, essentially my baby is stitched inside. My cervix is permanently stitched closed. It's called a trans-abdominal cerclage. That's what's essentially holding my baby inside, because unfortunately my body can't do that itself. And because of this, I cannot deliver naturally, which is a bit of a bummer. I'd always hoped to have that experience, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to have, hopefully, a happy, healthy baby by section. And that will hopefully be in early October, if I get that far. Date yet to be set and such. We'll see how things go. But yeah, so I'm really hoping this baby is going to be staying in there for at least another 14 weeks. But we'll see how we go. But yes, so essentially, I suppose, what do I want to say about goal setting? Is when I say we worked really hard to get pregnant, I don't just mean the sort of the fun part. I mean, like, I really changed my diet. I lost a lot of weight. We took very specific sort of vitamins to help us. I had a lot of medical procedures. You know, we spoke to a lot of people who'd gone through sort of a similar type of losses that we had, to sort of set ourselves up for the best possible scenario to get pregnant. And like James was the same. He changed his diet. He went off alcohol for a period of time. He took vitamins to help us. You know, we put a lot of effort in, and I suppose like getting pregnant first was a goal. You know, it really was something we wanted to do. We worked hard at it. We made sacrifices. I gave up my career. You know, financially we had to readjust things. We are just beyond delighted. So what I'll say is that if you have a goal, even if it's as big as getting pregnant or buying a house, you have to put the work in. And you know, I was told when I was 25, I just turned 37 4 days ago. I was told when I was 25 that I would most likely never conceive myself. That if I did, my chances of miscarriage were enormous. And even if I was to have IVF, that, you know, the chances of miscarriage there would be enormous. Now this is specific to me. I'm not saying this is general to everybody. This is my medical condition, my body, so on and so forth. But, you know, even with those sort of terrible odds against us, we have essentially done, I have one team, I see a team regularly, an endocrinology team in a different hospital, and when I told them I was pregnant, they were kind of shocked, like very hopeful for me. They are the team that has changed my life in terms of fertility and body and that whole thing, and their goal was to hopefully get me pregnant. But when I told them I was pregnant and at our appointment, they were like overjoyed, shocked. Like this massively wonderful doctor gave me this huge big hug, and you know, it was so lovely because he's the man who changed my life. Sorry, I'm so emotional. It's such a great day. But really what I want you to take away from this is, even if it seems impossible, it might not be. Like the sort of the quote you see on Instagram and Facebook is, the word impossible contains I'm possible. And I genuinely never thought that I would be at this stage. never, like, even though I wanted to be pregnant, sorry, I never thought we'd get this far. And like, to be here is just phenomenal. And while I don't plan to make sorry, I'm gonna be a mess now. While I don't plan to make all my videos about baby and pregnancy and that sort of thing, there definitely will be a slight increase, especially at the moment when I'm not writing the book, I'm not doing a huge amount of cooking or those kind of things, purely because I don't have the motivation or the focus to do those. I've baby brain like you wouldn't believe. But I certainly will be making like a couple of different videos. So hopefully those of you who joined because of my new book and the cooking and the dinner parties and, you know, organization, you'll stay with me. There'll still be organization and a little bit of cooking. And next year, once the baby is probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 months old, I'm going to slowly eke myself back into the other goals I had for 2019, which will just become 2020's goals, which is kind of what I had secretly hoped what would happen. Yeah, so thank you all for, I suppose, sticking around, and for, I know some of you messaged me and emailed me to see how I was because I hadn't posted in so long, and I'm so grateful to you for doing that. I really appreciate it. They were lovely to receive because sometimes you think, oh, nobody will notice. So it was nice. It was really, really lovely. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today because I have got to go downstairs. I have Sasha at my feet and Ivory the cat is over there. They want, I'm about to cook up their dinners for the week, and they know it's about to happen because I left everything out on the counter and they are dying to get some tastes. So maybe that'll be a video I'll do as homemade pet food. It's something I've only recently started to do for them in the past month. They are loving it, I am loving it, and I feel like I'm giving them the best kind of food I can do. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video on that. But if any of you have any suggestions of videos you'd like me to make, please do leave me a comment below. As I say, I will be taking it slowly. I won't have a regular schedule just yet, but I do hope to maybe make a video every week or every other week, just to start slowly getting back into it, and as I'm feeling like so great. So I'll end with the bump shot, I suppose, and show you. I feel enormous. It is the biggest I have ever been in terms of pregnancy. Oh, I don't think this even, hold on. Can't you even see that? I'm too close. Hold on. Sasha, sweetheart, move. I'll move away. Maybe, there we go. So, I'm not sure I'm wearing that. It's so warm out, I'm wearing something really loose. But there is the big bump. It's a big, big active baby, which I'm delighted at. But listen, thank you guys so much for watching. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.